This is Eyewitness News on LA56 with live breaking news.
Silver Lake, where a suspect has barricaded himself in a house on the 3300 block of Hamilton Way. I'm Jory Rand.
I'm Giovanna Lotta. Welcome to Eyewitness News on LA56, LA's only live local newscast at 7 p.m. According to police, they got a call around 3:30 this afternoon about an assault with a deadly weapon. Authorities have set up a perimeter and are trying to get the suspect to surrender. The SWAT team and K-9 units are on the way. It's unclear if anyone else is in the home. We'll continue to bring you the latest information on this story as it becomes available.
And we have more breaking news. Another brush fire has broken out, this time near the Prado Dam in Chino Hills. The Corona Fire Department is responding to that fire. Thank you to Eric Roach for sending us this video using the hashtag ABC7 Eyewitness. There is a lot of smoke there. It's not clear yet how big the fire is or what caused it. Viewer Trixie Sky sent us this video on Twitter showing a huge plume of smoke blocking out tonight's sunset. Eric Sherwin sent us these photos where you can see the blaze all the way from the freeway, and a lot of smoke in that shot in the background. We will continue to monitor this fire and update you throughout this newscast, as well as online at ABC7.com, on Twitter, and on Facebook.
Some anxious hours for people in a Fullerton neighborhood this afternoon as a brush fire burned dangerously close to their homes. However, firefighters were able to keep those homes safe. Eyewitness News reporter Amy Powell has the story.
Smoke fills the air as a fire races through acres of dry vegetation in the Brea Dam recreation area. The flames broke out around 1:15 and started moving up a hillside, threatening several homes in one neighborhood.
We saw it very small first, but we saw it very gulping. We were watering our hoses, but it's not going to do any good. So when it's so big, it's so quick.
When we look at the back, there's like a small fire away from us, but the wind. And then I said, okay, we have to make sure. Then we look at again, and it's like a big gulp of fire, and then it's behind our fence.
Dozens of firefighters attacked the blaze from the ground and with water drops from 2 helicopters. No homes were damaged, but voluntary evacuations were ordered on 2 streets in the neighborhood. Some nervously watched as the wind-whipped flames moved closer.
It was probably about 50 feet or so. It was really close. And the neighbors got here before me, and so they were telling me that the flames were like higher than the house, and luckily the wind shifted.
Fire officials say the winds initially caused some problems, but crews were able to get the upper hand on the blaze.
It's just east of St. Jude Hospital. We have 6 strike teams, which equates to about 100 firefighters, 1 Orange County hand crew, and 2 helicopters.
Yeah, I feel comfortable now. There's all the firefighters are back there, and they're doing their thing and hosing everything down, so we're comfortable in that.
The fire destroyed about 12 acres, and even though it is fully contained, fire crews will be here throughout the evening, mopping up and keeping an eye out for any hot spots. In Fullerton, Amy Powell, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Amy, thank you. Clear skies and beautiful warm temperatures, but that's about to change. Danny Romero has the first check of the forecast for you. Danny?
All right, thanks very much, Giovanna and Jory. Yeah, pretty nice day once again. No real complaints here. Our Long Beach camera shows an HD look, an idea that pretty clear, but out in the distance you can see just the first hint of what we talk about, that marine layer, those clouds that move in overnight and bring that cooling effect to Southern California. Now let's turn our camera over to Anaheim, to California Adventure, and the skies are blue above Radiator Springs. Things are looking very nice here in Anaheim on a Saturday early evening now, and the temperatures over the Southland pretty nice and mild. 74 for Fullerton at the moment, a cooler 67 in Santa Ana, with Ontario at 75, Riverside at 78, Hemet at 80 degrees, and Big Bear at 55. Very cool and crisp on the mountain spots, and those clouds on the coast bringing temps down quite a bit. So 62 right now in Santa Monica, 59 for Oxnard, and tonight with the clouds moving in, things start to change, and then even more so about midweek. I'll tell you about that when I come back with your live Mega Doppler 7000 HD 7-day forecast in just a little bit. Right now, Jory and Giovanna. Go ahead.
Okay, Danny, we'll see you then. California regulators offered some communities a little relief today from drastic water restrictions due to the severe drought. Earlier this month, Governor Jerry Brown ordered a 25% cutback in statewide urban water use, but some agencies complain those demands are unreasonable. Today, the Water Board released new mandatory conservation targets based on last summer's water use to reward communities that already began cutting back before the drought started. For instance, this means the target for LA and San Diego is no longer 20%, rather it is now 16%.
In the city of LA, we've done such a good job, we're being rewarded for it. But don't think of ourselves as being able to sit on our hands now. There are things we can all do. There's a faucet someplace in your house that is leaking or that lets water go too quickly. There's a shower that you can shorten. There's grass that you're not using that will pay you to take up and out of your yard.
Meanwhile, some communities are expected to save more water, including San Bernardino, which now must scale back 32%. And we want to hear your ideas for beating the drought. Join our circle of eyewitnesses and tell us what you are doing to save water. Just post on social media using the hashtag ABC7 drought or upload to the free ABC7 app.
Friends and family of an unarmed man shot and killed last month by officers rallied at LAPD headquarters today. They're calling for justice and preparing for a lawsuit. Eyewitness News reporter Leanne Suter has the story.
I just don't want this to happen to anyone else, for anyone else to feel this pain, because it's horrible. And for no reason.
A heartfelt plea from a heartbroken son after his father, 35-year-old Sergio Navas, was shot and killed by an LAPD officer. This morning, family and friends rallied in front of police headquarters, making their voices heard.
Really what we want is justice. An apology to my kids and to his parents would be nice, and to make sure that this doesn't happen to anyone else.
Authorities say Navas, who was unarmed, was shot and killed after leading LAPD officers on a pursuit from North Hollywood in a stolen car. The deadly gunfire rang out in March in a Burbank cul-de-sac where the chase ended. Investigators initially said the father of three rammed the police cruiser, but then said that was not the case. The family's attorney says the LAPD is trying to cover up for the use of excessive force.
The preliminary investigation has showed that this is another unjustified shooting. The decedent was unarmed when he was shot, and the police department has given two different versions of what happened so far. Neither one of the versions would justify the shooting.
The family has filed a $10 million claim against the city and the department and plans on filing a federal lawsuit as well. The LAPD says it can't comment on pending litigation. In downtown Los Angeles, Leanne Suter, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
A suspect is behind bars tonight in connection to Thursday's deadly shooting spree in Palms. 35-year-old James Pickens of Inglewood was arrested and booked for murder yesterday. Detectives say they located a vehicle seen driving away from the Woodbine Park shooting Thursday, where one man was killed, 27-year-old Justin Aguilar. 4 other victims were shot at 2 separate locations, but so far the shootings have not officially been linked.
A raging house fire in Pomona kills one person and leaves a second person injured. It all started around 10 o'clock last night at a home on San Rafael Place near Los Feliz Drive. The 2 victims were rushed to the hospital. One person was pronounced dead early this morning. The cause of the fire is under investigation.
The LAPD has released video of a man seen stealing from a parked car. Take a look at this surveillance video back from April 8th. The suspect, wearing a hooded sweatshirt, easily enters the car on Haynes Street. You can see him digging through the vehicle before getting back out and checking in the trunk. Anyone with information on this suspect is asked to call LAPD. Police say the best way to avoid becoming a victim is to lock your car and hide all your valuables.
A truck smashes into a popular restaurant in Hollywood. This picture was taken by LAFD. They show the immediate aftermath. The crash happened around 1 o'clock this afternoon at Osteria Mozza. The good news is the restaurant was closed when this happened. The bad news is a worker was inside the restaurant at the time. They were taken to a hospital in good condition. Crews spent the afternoon on the scene evaluating the safety of the structure.
It was a narrow escape for a group of college students on a bus trip in Massachusetts. They were speeding down the highway when smoke suddenly appeared, triggering a dangerous scramble to pull over and get out. ABC's Bazi Kanani has the details.
Get off the bus! The panic as these college students escape a burning bus near Sturbridge, Massachusetts.
It's going to explode!
40 University of Connecticut seniors managed to get off the bus with just seconds to spare.
Anyone call 911?
Right before the toll to get into Massachusetts on the Mass site, we heard like a really loud bang.
Once off the bus, the students hurry away from the danger, capturing these dramatic images of the frightening episode on their cell phones. Confusion inside the bus just before they evacuate. The flames erupting at the back of the bus, quickly engulfing the vehicle. Thick smoke billowing into the sky as the students move to safety.
Keep going back.
Investigators don't yet know what sparked the fire. The students were in a caravan heading to Boston for a senior lunch cruise. They never made it to the ship, but tonight they are thankful that everyone got off that bus uninjured in the nick of time. Bazi Kanani, ABC News, Washington.
In Missouri, police officers fatally shoot a man after they say he charged at them with a knife. Police wore body cameras. Authorities released the video, which does not show the shooting, but you can hear the audio. Investigators say the man's mother reported her son barricaded himself in a home last night. They say during negotiations he walked out with a Bible in one hand, a knife in the other. Officers say they asked the man to drop the knife. Authorities say the officers shot him with a rubber bullet in the thigh, feeling they had to act. They say that didn't faze him. He charged, leading the officers to shoot him.
He charged at the officers, two of the officers at the back of one of the vehicles, armed with a knife, and within about perhaps a car length, no more than that, they engaged the suspect who was armed at the time with gunfire.
Authorities say there were paramedics at the scene who tried to save the man's life, but it was too late.
Iraqi forces have secured the perimeter around the country's biggest oil refinery and entered that complex. The move comes just days after a number of ISIS militants carried out a large-scale attack and briefly took over a small part of the area. Meantime, a cleanup operation continues in Baghdad following an explosion at a car dealership. That blast killed at least 15 people and injured dozens more. It was just one of a series of bombings that ripped through the Iraqi capital yesterday, mainly targeting public places, killing more than 40 people.
Coming up on Eyewitness News, a World War II veteran is treated to a very special wish.
And a special celebration of life today in Whittier. Loved ones honor two children just weeks after they suffered serious injuries in a freak accident.
While thousands of people flock to the Rose Bowl today, still to come, we'll take you to the 13th annual Walk Now for Autism Speaks. The 13th annual Walk Now for Autism Speaks event got underway at the Rose Bowl today. Some 55,000 people were expected to take part.
ABC7 sponsored the event today, which is held to raise awareness and money for research. Eyewitness News reporter Hugh McCrae was there.
They walked for a purpose. Thousands of people for one cause: autism awareness. Team Juju Power was proud to show its color and support.
I'm just thankful and, excited that we're all here, with the same struggles every day. And, it just helps. It's good to have support. We're not the only ones.
This was Walk Now for Autism Speaks. In its 13th year, the annual event raises money for autism research.
It's a great opportunity to see what's going on in the community, to see what resources are out there.
We just really want the families to have an amazing time and come together for the mission of Autism Speaks.
ABC7 sponsored the event. Several of our on-air personalities signed autographs.
So much better now that I've met you.
Philip Palmer was master of ceremonies.
The walk began at 9 a.m. sharp, and it was a rolling walkout. The participants had two choices: either do a 3K or a 5K around the Rose Bowl.
A small trek this family would do a dozen times over for 2-year-old Demi.
My daughter was diagnosed in December. It's tough, but I'm just looking around like it's pretty awesome knowing that we got all that support.
Autism now affects 1 in 68 children.
I just hope, she grows up with that family support, knowing that, if ever one day I'm not around or mom's not around, that she still has that support.
From the looks of things, he has nothing to worry about. In Pasadena, Hugh McCrae, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
It was great they held that event today and not next Saturday because clouds are going to start to roll in, but it was just gorgeous out there today.
Beautiful.
Just the way it's supposed to be, when you make plans like that. And look at this. Another great thing, what's supposed to be gorgeous sunsets over Southern California in springtime. Here's our Angeles National Forest camera. This is a live HD shot of Old Sol setting in the west. I love that shot. Whew, that's good stuff. Now, swing the camera over to the coast. Another great shot of the end of the day at Laguna Beach. That's just perfectly framed. Look at that. Wow. Again, not a painting. This is live in an HD, the way it's supposed to be. Here we are in downtown LA. Their skies are clear as well. And we're seeing some cooler temps now, 68 degrees, calm winds and 59% relative humidity with our barometer holding steady now at 29.92. High pressure. That's got this clockwise circulation on it, so when the high is settled in, all the air circulates around this way and pushes everything offshore, giving us warmer, drier conditions as we've experienced the last couple of days. This high is still in place, but we look forward now. Sunday into Monday, we'll see that high start to break down slowly but surely, and then by Tuesday and Wednesday, now the next weather maker comes our way, drops in. Here's a low pressure moving in. This, now watch that circulation. This going counterclockwise, so now it grabs this cool, moist air and pushes it onshore, bringing us chances of rain because around this circulation it's going to grab little short waves of energy over 3 or 4 days starting around Wednesday and is pushing one after the other onshore each day. So we have a chance off and on of showers starting Wednesday, continuing into the weekend. But tonight, enjoy a pretty nice night. A few clouds here and there, but 41 for Wrightwood, 49 for Palmdale, 55 for Malibu, 51 for Thousand Oaks. And then tomorrow we'll see some warm temps inland once again, 82 for Santa Clarita, 83 Palmdale. But on the coast, kind of cloudy and cool, 67 for Malibu, 67 for Huntington Beach as well, but warm and sunny, Ontario, 82. Here's a 7-day power back. Weather showing you morning clouds and then afternoon sunshine, 70s for the highs Sunday and Monday, although cooler, and then more clouds. And here comes that rain chances starting Wednesday, continuing Thursday and through the weekend with those afternoon numbers in the low 70s. For the valleys and the Inland Empire, morning clouds to start, and then sunny in the afternoon. 81, 77, nice sunny days there, but then the clouds come in, temps start to drop down, and now the clouds build up. We get the chances of showers starting Wednesday in the afternoon, evening hours, continuing off and on through Thursday, Friday, and into Saturday as well. For our beach areas, that's going to be kind of cloudy and murky, actually, the next few mornings, and staying cloudy most of the day, 67, 65 for the highs, and then the real clouds build in Tuesday, and by Wednesday and Thursday, there's a shower chance of starting up and continuing off and on as one energy wave moves through the other, Friday into Saturday as well. For our mountain spots, sunny and cool to start, and then cloudy skies Tuesday. Here comes those shower chances Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Speaking of showers, snow level, about 6,000 feet, so not a big snowmaker here. And the high desert, windy conditions all week. 80s for the highs to start, and then the clouds and the cooler temps move in Tuesday, Wednesday, with shower chances Thursday, Friday, and Saturday as well. So keep the umbrellas around. You're going to need them by the end of the week. All right, Jory and Giovanna, go ahead.
Looking forward to that rain, Danny.
Yeah, man.
Thanks. A celebration in Whittier today, 3 weeks after a large tree fell on 2 children, injuring both of them. Their family threw a big party to show their appreciation for all of the support they've been receiving. They also welcomed home their 8-year-old daughter, who has been in the hospital since the accident. That tree fell on her and her 11-year-old brother back on March 27th.
A dying wish has been fulfilled for a La Mirada war veteran. John Bach has been diagnosed with heart disease and has less than 6 months to live. Today, he toured the battleship Iowa with his family. The crew saluted the 92-year-old Bach as he boarded the historic World War II-era battleship. He says revisiting his military experience brought back a lot of memories.
Memories of my buddies aboard ship, and also this is really great. It's fantastic to have this done, and I appreciate every second of it.
Bach's wish was made possible thanks to the Dream Foundation's Dreams for Veterans program.
Yeah, how touching is that? Thanks to John for his service.
Yes.
Our popular pickup truck is getting a safety upgrade.
Still to come on Eyewitness News, we'll tell you about the new features on the Ford F-150. Plus this.
You have Wi-Fi internet connection in your house and probably in your office. Now more and more you can have it in your car. I'm car specialist Dave Coons. It's a good business tool for some people. We'll check it out coming up.
A popular pickup truck is getting a safety upgrade. According to a new crash test by the National Highway Safety Administration, the new Ford F-150 with an aluminum body is safer than the steel version. Ford did a major redesign this year using aluminum to cut 700 pounds of weight and improve fuel efficiency. It earned 5 stars for both front and side impact tests.
Well, here's a question for you. How important is having a constant connection to the internet for you? For many of us these days, It's a job requirement.
It sure is. There's been an increase in the number of automakers who are equipping cars with Wi-Fi so you can stay connected right from the road. How does it work? Car specialist Dave Coons shows us and explains what it could mean for safety.
Bill Beagle's car functions as his mobile office. He runs a company traveling to different locations cleaning up after floods and fires. And when he bought new wheels, he thought twice about getting this in-car Wi-Fi.
I thought it would be silly to spend an extra $20 a month on something that I don't need. And then I realized it can be an absolute asset.
Now, Bill just starts up his car, his Wi-Fi password is saved in the system, and his electronics automatically hook up to an encrypted connection. He checks emails, sends proposals, even catches up on his favorite television shows between appointments.
I absolutely believe that having the Wi-Fi is much more reliable than just cell signal.
The number of cars offering Wi-Fi is increasing each year. So how does it work?
In-car Wi-Fi works by having the proper equipment installed in the vehicle, and then you're going to have a cell modem in the vehicle that's going to then send out a Wi-Fi hotspot, and at that point you just sync up your laptop, tablet, or computer, and you're ready to go.
Car connectivity ranges from 3G to the faster 4G LTE. Of course, you've got to pay for the data you use. Besides hooking up your electronic devices to the car's signal, Edmund says in the future the bigger benefit will be having your car linked to dealers and automakers.
The fact that the car is connected to the web will allow it to get updates from the manufacturer, receive diagnostic information, and communicate with the outside world, something that a vehicle wasn't able to do previously.
But safety experts warn, don't drive distracted. AAA found anytime your brain isn't focused on driving, you could be heading toward trouble.
Interacting with the internet may create a situation where we are not processing the information that we take in the roadway in the same way that we would if we were just focused on the task of driving. And so we may see a red light, see a stop sign, but not really process what that means and go right through it.
Bill says the constant connection is tempting.
The urge to want to check email or hear what the Bing is about can absolutely be distracting. One way I will take myself out of that is keep the phone in the back seat.
So far, GM is offering Wi-Fi in the most vehicles, from their smallest, least expensive cars to most of their trucks. There could be a time in a few years when lots and lots of cars have Wi-Fi, kind of like they do Bluetooth now. Dave Coons, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
We are updating our top stories at 7:30, including the latest on a vegetation fire burning in Chino Hills.
And it's shaping up to be a great weekend, but there is a chance of rain heading our way. Here's a live look out at Laguna Beach this evening. Just gorgeous out there. Danny Romero standing by with another look at your forecast.
Plus, some of the country's most influential Republicans are gathering in one spot this weekend. Many of them are presidential hopefuls. Hear what they believe is needed so they can take the White House.
This is Eyewitness News on LA56 with live breaking news.
Our top story at 7:30, a vegetation fire is burning near the Prado Dam in Chino Hills. I'm Giovanna Lotta.
I'm Jory Rand. This is Eyewitness News on LA56, LA's only live local newscast at 7:30 p.m. Thank you to Spencer for sending us this video using the hashtag ABC7 Eyewitness. Crews got a call about some trees on fire just before 6:15 this evening. It's not clear yet how big the fire is or what caused it. And Eric Roach sent us this video using the hashtag ABC7 Eyewitness. You can see that huge plume of smoke shooting up into the sky. We will continue to bring you the very latest on this fire as more information becomes available.
A suspect has barricaded himself in a house on the 3300 block of Hamilton Way. According to police, they got a call around 3:30 this afternoon about an assault with a deadly weapon. Some businesses and residents in the immediate area are being evacuated. Authorities have set up a perimeter and are trying to get the suspect to surrender. The SWAT team and K-9 units are on the way. It's unclear if anyone else is inside the home. We'll continue to monitor the situation and update you throughout this newscast and online at ABC7.com, Twitter, and Facebook.
It has been a gorgeous Saturday out there, but changes are on the way, and it could be some rain, too. We turn things over to Danny Romero. Hey, Danny.
Hi, Jory and Giovanna. Yeah, I mean, rain is sitting out there waiting to make its appearance with us, but not for quite a little while yet. Here we are looking outside. Long Beach, looking great, but out in the distance, a little murk, a little bit, anyway. Our HD cameras show some of that marine layer sitting offshore, getting ready to move in later on tonight and through the morning hours. Given the coastal spots, kind of a cloudy day tomorrow. Swing our camera over to downtown LA. There, the skies are mostly clear right now and holding that way through tonight, but then a few clouds moving in there as well before it's all said and done. Now today, downtown looked pretty good. 81 was our afternoon high, well above the 73 average temp for this date. Had some gorgeous sunsets a few minutes ago at 7:27 officially, with our sunrise tomorrow at 6:18, and the temps now pretty nice and mild. 70s on the inland spots, cool and cloudier on the coastal spot, 62 in Santa Monica, cooler still up at Oxnard at 59 degrees. Now, that rain we mentioned, I'll show you when it's supposed to arrive when I come back with a 7-day forecast. That's just a little bit. Right now, Giovanna and Jory, you go.
Thanks, Danny. And you can get the weather information you need anytime with the free ABC7 Mega Doppler app. You'll find real-time interactive radar, 7-day forecasts, and more just in the palm of your hand. Download the app for free in the App Store or from Google Play.
Turning now to the race for the White House, the number of candidates continues to grow, especially among Republicans. Well-known and not so well-known GOPers got their message out this weekend. Today, Senator Rand Paul led the notables at the First in the Nation Summit. Andy Rose has more.
Speaker after speaker made their case in front of hundreds of Republican activists in New Hampshire. Senator Rand Paul told the crowd Republicans need to carry their message to new people to win.
We need to talk to business owners. We need to talk to the workers. We need to talk to rich, poor, white, black, brown. We've got to get out there and go places we haven't been going.
And he pulled no punches when discussing Democratic rival Hillary Clinton.
I'm starting to worry that when Hillary Clinton travels, there's going to need to be two planes, one for her and her entourage and one for her baggage.
Attempting to set himself apart from the crowded GOP field, Paul said the U.S. should never have intervened in Libya.
The other Republicans will criticize the president and Hillary Clinton for their foreign policy, but they would have just done the same thing just 10 times over.
Paul wasn't the only GOP heavy hitter in New Hampshire Saturday. Former presidential candidate Mike Huckabee told the crowd,
I want the Republican Party to start acting like the Republican Party. We need somebody who knows how to win the fight, not just start it.
Senator Ted Cruz used his speech to criticize the Obama administration's proposed nuclear deal with Iran.
Any candidate for president who is fit to be commander-in-chief must be prepared in January 2017 to repudiate any deal that undermines American national security.
Cruz called the proposed plan a historic mistake. I'm Andy Rose reporting.
A mail carrier is driving back to Florida to await his next hearing for flying his gyrocopter onto the U.S. Capitol lawn in D.C. Doug Hughes was charged with operating an unregistered aircraft and violating national airspace after landing his copter near Congress on Wednesday. The 61-year-old will be under house arrest and will be wearing an electronic monitoring ankle bracelet until a May 8th court hearing in Washington. Hughes says he flew that copter onto the Capitol lawn to call attention to his belief that campaign finance laws are too weak.
In Australia, 5 teenagers have been arrested on suspicion of plotting an ISIS-inspired terrorist attack. About 200 officers were involved in executing at least 7 search warrants that resulted in the arrests and the recovery of weapons. Investigators say the threat is over and they're now trying to figure out how the suspects know each other. Prime Minister Tony Abbott spoke out today saying the suspects plan to attack during a popular national celebration next week.
The act that we believe was in preparation involved attacks against police officers on Anzac Day. That's as much as we can say at this stage, except for this, that we believe that the attack was inspired by, or the potential attack was inspired by the Daesh death cult in the Middle East.
While it's believed police officers were the target, police say there was also a risk to the public.
The suspect, police say, attacked a woman in Boyle Heights early this morning, has now been arrested after checking himself into the hospital. Someone there notified the LAPD that he matched the suspect description. That attack happened as the victim left a bar on East 1st Street. Police say the suspect forced the woman into his vehicle with a folding knife and then attempted to rape her. That victim was able to fight him off and get away. The victim was treated for minor injuries and will be okay. That suspect is being treated and will be arrested afterwards.
Investigators are working to piece together a bizarre freeway shooting overnight. According to police, someone shot the driver of this black car just before 3 a.m. on Century Boulevard in Westmont. At that time, the driver took off and merged onto the 110 freeway. A short time later, near the El Segundo exit in Harbor Gateway, the injured driver crashed. Medics rushed the man to the hospital where he is now recovering. Still no word on a motive or a suspect.
The Los Angeles Unified School District and its teachers have reached a deal. Union leaders representing them agreed on a 3-year proposal that will include a 10% salary increase spread over 2 years. The district also agreed to reduce class size and increase counseling services, as well as make changes to the teacher evaluation system. The district and the union say the agreement is good for students, for educators, and the community. LA Unified School Board and union membership must still approve the deal before it is put in place.
Still ahead on Eyewitness News, prom season is upon us.
It is. Some people hoping to make prom the best night possible for some very special teens. What they're doing to help students in the foster care system enjoy the night of their lives.
And an emotional reunion today. A local doctor meets the man who saved his life by performing CPR. What he had to say.
Prom is coming up, and thanks to several organizations, hundreds of young men and women in foster care will be getting free prom outfits. This is the Glamour Gowns annual event at the Los Angeles Convention Center in downtown LA. More than 500 young ladies will get dresses, and for the first time, more than 100 young men will get free suits. Volunteers, including Miss California USA, also helped each student as a personal shopper with free hairstyling and makeup instruction.
I'm just thankful and appreciative that people like you guys care about how we present ourselves and how we boost our confidence, because it boosts our confidence every time we get something that's really nice that we don't normally get, you know what I mean? So it means a lot to us.
Seamstresses were on hand to make sure each outfit fit perfectly. All the clothes, shoes, and accessories are brand new.
An emotional reunion for a doctor and the firefighter who saved his life. Dr. Alan Warner met firefighter Manuel White for the first time today. He just happened to be in the right place at the right time when Warner passed out while working out at LA56 in Long Beach. White gave Warner CPR for several minutes before a gym staff member utilized the portable defibrillator. Warner says there are no words to describe his appreciation.
How do you thank someone who saved your life? Sorry.
I'm just proud that I was able to be there and be a part of actually helping him get back home.
Warner was told he went into cardiac arrest after passing out. He also wanted to thank his workout partner and the staff at LA56 for their help. Warner has returned to work but now has a pacemaker to help him.
Well, it is a picture day that one little boy will not forget.
Still to come, we'll show you what happened when one man photobombed this boy's yearbook photo.
Plus, the Clippers talk about a date with the defending NBA champ. Sports coming up. Here's a look at some of the pictures you viewers have been sending us of the vegetation fire burning near Prado Dam in Chino Hills. You can see in these huge plumes of smoke visible from Highway 71 and Highway 91. Still no word on just how big the fire is right now, but the blaze started about an hour ago. We have a crew en route. If you have some photos or videos you'd like to send us, just use the hashtag ABC7 Eyewitness. And thanks to everyone who sent us in their photos and video, and welcome to the Circle of Eyewitnesses.
Turning to your weather now, Danny Romero's got a look at your forecast, and it looks like it's going to be cooling down, and maybe we'll have some rain.
Yes, all things considered, it looks like we're going to have at least some precipitation coming our way. By the way, on those pictures you send us from that fire area, just do them safely and send them to us. By all means, just be safe. That's all we ask. Outside we go to LAX. Our live HD camera is showing you. I love this shot because you can see the lights on the runway, I'm guessing. So you're ready for some plane to land. Although I'm kind of hypnotized now. I can't take my eyes off it. I'm okay now. I'm back. I'm okay. Outside we go to Irvine Spectrum Camera, and here Orange County, nighttime has fallen. Somebody pick it up. To downtown we go. The skies are clear over downtown LA, and the temperature is cooling down to 68 degrees, calm winds, 59% relative humidity, and our barometer holding steady now at 29.92. Here's the weather change right now, especially on the coast. Marine layer tonight into tomorrow morning, coming into the coastal valleys, and then backing off during Sunday afternoon. Watch what happens Sunday night into Monday morning. That marine layer returns certainly to the coast and pushing a little bit farther inland. A little more of that onshore push starts to happen. That's what's going to start changing our weather, because right now this ridge of high pressure with that circulation around the high in a clockwise motion pushes everything offshore. But now we look ahead to Tuesday and into Wednesday, and there we see the change coming our way, because now that high is broken down, and now we're looking at this low pressure trough dropping into place, and there you go. As it comes into place, we see that circulation now go everything onshore, and it grabs these little chunks of energy, short waves we call them, that'll have some moisture with them, bring them onshore to us, and give us those chances of rain off and on from Wednesday right into the weekend. Here's our numbers tonight: down to 53 in Beaumont, to 54 at Ontario, a cooler 41 at Wrightwood, and 47 at Lancaster. Then the highs tomorrow, cloudy as I showed you a second ago on the coast, so 67 is all we're going to get at Malibu. But inland, a lot of sunshine, 82 in Santa Clarita, 82 for Ontario, 67 for Huntington Beach. But watch now on the 7-day as the numbers change, kind of matching up with that marine layer I showed you. Here we go. First 7-day power back weather, morning clouds, afternoon sunshine, temps cooling, 74 to 72. Look back Tuesday, Wednesday to the 60s. More clouds and that first chance of showers right there late Wednesday, continuing off and on through Thursday, Friday, and Saturday as well. The valleys in the Inland Empire, we have morning clouds. Still warm in the afternoon, Sunday and Monday, but then dropping down as far as the temps are concerned on Tuesday. And then here come the clouds and those rain chances with one wave after another, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, into Saturday as well. For our beach areas, cloudy and foggy pretty much most of the week, and certainly tomorrow, and then the clouds start to build, and there too, rain chances coming in by Wednesday, taking us off and on through Thursday, Friday, and Saturday as well. We look ahead to the mountain spots, starting out pretty nice, sunny and cool, 60s the highs. Clouds start to build Tuesday, and then here comes the precipitation. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday into the weekend, and the snow levels staying fairly high on this one. No huge amounts either, so 6,000 feet is all we're going to see for snow levels. And for the high desert, windy conditions, warm temps to start, then the temps fall down to the 70s, the clouds move in, and shower chances there as well, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I'm no longer hypnotized. Back to you guys, Giovanna and Jory. Go ahead.
Yeah, Danny, snap out of it.
I'm okay. Here I am. What did I do?
I was right there with you. I couldn't take my eyes off.
Okay, good.
Thank you, Danny. On to sports now. Rob Fukuzaki has the very latest.
Hey, Rob.
Hey, guys. You know, we're going to start with baseball. It's just 3 weeks into a very long season, but when the Angels and the Dodgers woke up this morning, both sat atop their respective division. Of course, this time of the year, success can be fragile. Dallas Keuchel absolutely fooled the Angels in Houston today. Of course, it helps when you have a sizable strike zone. David Freese not pleased. Keuchel struck out 7 over 6 innings of work. C.J. Wilson lost no-hit bid in the 5th. And in the 6th, there goes the shutout. George Springer turns and burns one to left, a solo shot. And in the 7th, Robbie Grossman sends one deep to the opposite field in left center. A 3-run shot is the dagger. The Angels have dropped 5 of the past 8. So you want to be a Major League umpire someday? Brian Knight had to leave the game in D.C. after taking a fastball to the face. Good thing he was wearing a protective mask. The game was delayed for 12 minutes before Larry Vanover, who was umping second base, took over for Knight at home plate. The Phillies beat the Nats by a score of 5-3. Meantime, the Clippers want any shot of their first ever NBA title. The difficult road will run through San Antonio, but thanks to home court advantage, the series opens up at Staples Center. The Clips closed the season winning 14 out of 15, but don't think for a minute overconfidence is even part of the Clipper equation.
According to pretty much every single poll, we're supposed to lose. So, no, I don't feel that way. We're the underdogs in this, and they're the champions, they're the defending champs, and they are that until somebody knocks them off.
On to South Carolina now. Is that not the coolest toy you've ever seen? I want one. Masters champion Jordan Spieth still in the mix. Of course, a little luck around the course is never bad. Spieth's ball ricochets off the tree and onto the green. He would birdie. He's 5 back. Everyone is hunting Troy Merritt. He followed up yesterday 61 with a merely pedestrian 2 under 69. Check out that tee shot on the water hole, the par 3. He's dry, sets up for birdie. Final round is tomorrow, weather permitting. And coming up at 11 o'clock on Eyewitness News at 11 on ABC7, we'll have highlights of the Ducks Game 2 against Winnipeg, and of course Dodger highlights as well. Back to you guys in the studio.
Rob, thank you. And also coming up later tonight on Eyewitness News at 11 on ABC7, the latest on our breaking news out of Silver Lake, where a suspect has barricaded himself in a home. Plus, crews remain busy dealing with brush fires. The latest is near Prado Dam in Chino Hills. Plus, we have reaction to the narrow escape for a group of college students from a burning bus. Those stories and all the late-breaking news on Southern California's #1 newscast, Eyewitness News at 11 on ABC7.
Well, coming up next here on LA56, need something fun to do this weekend? Why not see a movie?
Why not? We'll run down what's new in theaters after the break. An update now to breaking news. A vegetation fire is burning near the Prado Dam in Chino Hills. Thank you to Melanie Catalano for sending us this video using the hashtag ABC7 Eyewitness. Crews got a call about some trees on fire just before 6:15 this evening. It's not clear yet how big the fire is or what caused it. Andrea sent us this video using the hashtag ABC7 Eyewitness as well. You can see a huge plume of smoke shooting up into the sky. Flames can be seen from Highway 71 and Highway 91. We'll continue to bring you the latest on this fire online at ABC7.com, and we'll have a live report on Eyewitness News at 11 on ABC7.
Yeah, some dangerous conditions out there for potential fires. There is something for just about everyone at the movies this weekend, but none of those films are likely to beat Furious 7.
Probably not. That isn't stopping a new thriller, a new horror film, a new nature film, and a new comedy from trying. Entertainment guru George Pinocchio has a look at what's new in theaters.
Kevin James is back to his familiar physical antics as the Segway riding security guard in Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. The sequel finds Blart and his daughter on vacation in Las Vegas. However, duty calls, and he's pressed into action after he discovers a huge casino heist may be underway. The comedy is rated PG.
Welcome to the world, Kip.
The Disney nature film Monkey Kingdom explores the life of a blonde Bob macaw named Maya and her newborn son Kip. The pair live with their fellow monkeys, a dynamic group that calls an ancient temple in Sri Lanka their home. The monkeys learn that only the strong survive as they struggle within the competitive hierarchy in the jungle. Tina Fey narrates the G-rated nature documentary, and for every ticket sold during opening week, Disney Nature will make a donation to Conservation International, which helps endangered wildlife.
Who is doing this? This is Laura's account. Who would hack into a dead girl's account?
In the horror thriller Unfriended, social media turns deadly for a group of high school friends. On the one-year anniversary of a former classmate's death, the group encounters a deadly online presence that will stop at nothing to kill them all. The R-rated movie takes place entirely on a computer screen.
When you fire your weapon, you frighten the game.
They're already frightened. That's why they're being hunted.
Michael Douglas stars in another type of thriller, Beyond the Reach. He plays a millionaire who goes on a hunting trip, but things quickly take a dangerous and deadly turn, not just for him, but also for his young guide. Jeremy Irvine also stars in this R-rated film. George Pinocchio, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Well, we've seen a lot of photobombs over the years, but this one just may be the best. Watch as this North Carolina soldier photobombs his son's picture day at his Durham Elementary School. Even as the photographer is showing the boy the picture on his camera, he's still surprised at who is standing behind him. Finally, the boy turns around and sees his dad, Corporal James Bass, there. Bass hadn't seen his son Joshua in over a year and wanted to surprise him, and he was successful.
Oh,
great moment.
Fabulous moment. Can you imagine what that little boy was thinking? Wow, amazing. Thanks for joining us for Eyewitness News at 7 here on LA56. LA56 Weekend Theater is next.
Eyewitness News continues at 11 p.m. on ABC7, anytime on ABC7.com. And remember, you can get your news 24 hours a day on our ABC7 Facebook page, on Twitter, and on Instagram.
See you tomorrow night at 7 right here on LA56 and later tonight at 11 on ABC7.